Hello, and welcome to Sweethearts or Rivals. I'm Charla.
I'm Justin.
What's on our table today?
Morels. We're eating some mushrooms. Morels.
It's a two-player game.
Yep.
It should take you about 30 minutes, and they recommend ages 10 and up.
Yep. Awesome. So what we're going to do is do an overview of the game.
Yes, in this segment.
Yep.
We'll do another segment of gameplay.
Yep.
And a third segment
of a review.
Sounds awesome.
Awesome.
Let's get to it. Okay. So, what's Morels about?
Morels is a two-player game where you and your opponent, because you never want to get mushrooms with someone else. You're always...
I don't know, maybe foraging is always a competition.
That's right, yeah.
It might be.
So, what you do is you guys, the two players are walking down a path and they are foraging for the best mushrooms. They need to get so many of a certain type so they can cook them up and eat them. Yum.
Sounds good to me.
That's it, yeah. That's basically the game right there. The theme, anyway. To set up, what you do is you open up the box.
Yep.
Two player aids. And it shows you what you can do on your turn, what happens after the turn, and then it shows you all the different kinds of mushrooms. Let's see if I can get this a little bit closer. Shows you all the different kinds of mushrooms, and very important, shows you how many of each mushroom there are. Because you need so many mushrooms before you can cook them, and you need so many mushrooms before you can sell them. So a big part of this is knowing what the odds are.
Yeah, how to optimize your odds.
There you go. You both players get a pan token, so they can fry up some mushrooms. Then you have a day deck, and there's a little bit more of the day deck. And then you have a nighttime deck. And then you got a whole bunch of stick tokens. And these are going to be very nice. These will help you get those hard to get mushrooms. Ooh.
Right.
To set up, put the night deck over there.
Oh, you should shuffle it first.
There you go. Shuffle it. Shuffle up your day deck.
We don't want to play the exact same game we just played.
No. Although I've already shuffled them quite a bit.
Okay.
And there we go. Okay, so I'll put that here. And then from the draw deck, you're going to put out the path of where you're wandering down the path to find mushrooms. And it's going to be 8 mushrooms long. Try to put them all right side up for you guys.
Ooh, look, 2 butters right away.
Oh, that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 more. There we go. Make sure that's good on the camera. It is. Excellent. And then each player gets 3 more cards.
And we have to check to see if we get any of the moons in our hand.
Yep.
I don't.
And if you get any baskets, they go right down.
Oh, they do?
Yep.
I thought that was on my first turn.
Alright, so if you have any baskets in your hand, you put them right down right away. If you happen to have a destroying angel in your hand, you discard it immediately, but you don't get to replace it.
Oh,
dun, dun, dun.
You're at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Ooh, because they do give you a disadvantage in the game, so that's only fair.
Yeah, destroying angels are bad. So you got your day deck, you got your night deck. In order to get a card from the night deck, you have to take a moon. And that's going to allow you to forage at night. And all the cards in the night deck are double mushrooms. So each mushroom counts as 2 in 1 card, which is nice. On your turn, you can do a number of things. You can only do 1, though. You can take 1 card from the forest. If you want to take the 2 cards at the end here, either one of these, that's free.
Right, because they're at the beginning of your path.
Yeah, they're kind of like right at your feet.
Right.
If you want to take a card further along the forest, you're going to need one of the sticks. And it basically extends your reach or helps you hike faster. Something like that.
Both.
Yeah. So if I wanted this frying pan, I would need 1 stick, 2 sticks, 3 sticks, 4 sticks, 5 sticks, and 6 sticks. And that's a lot of sticks. So that's the first thing you can do. You can take one of the cards from the forest. Another thing you can do is you can take all the cards in the decay. The decay is right here. There's nothing there at the beginning of the game, but it fills up over time. And if you want, you can take all of them. You can't take one or two or your choice out of the decay. If you choose to take the decay, you have to take all of it. That's right. And later on, we'll show you how the decay kind of works. Another thing you can do is you can cook mushrooms. You need a frying pan or a frying pan card, and you have to have at least 3 of the same kind of mushroom in order to cook them. You can cook 4 or 5 or 6. You can cook as many as you want, as long as it's 3 or more. Yep.
Unless you have one of those nighttime ones.
True.
Because they count as 2.
That's right.
Right.
Yep. Another thing you can do is you can sell 2 or more mushrooms. And each of the mushroom cards will show how many points that card will give you if you cook them, and how many sticks it will give you if you sell them. So if you sell 2 of the lawyer's wigs, you're going to get 2 sticks, 1 for each card. But you can only sell 2 or more. So again, you can sell as many as you want, minimum of 2. And
unless it's a nighttime one.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because that one counts as 2.
It counts as 2. Right. Yeah. So that's the next thing you do. The last thing you can do on your turn is you can play down an empty pan. So it actually takes you an entire turn to take a pan from your hand and put it down to get ready to cook. Mm-hmm. This is very important because you do that, your turn's over, everything shuffles, the opponent goes, everything shuffles, and then it's your turn. And so there's a lot of cards you're going to miss out by doing that. Mm-hmm. But you can't get points without pans cooking up mushrooms.
Yeah.
Right. So those are all the things you can do. You can only do one of them on your turn. At the end of your turn, whichever card is farthest down the path goes into the decay. Everything else is going to shuffle down, and then you're going to put out cards so the force is back to 8, and then the next player goes.
Right.
If you go to put a card into the decay and there are already 4 cards there, the entire decay is discarded, and the card starts the new decay.
Right.
The mushrooms, there's a whole bunch of different kinds, and again, they're going to tell you how many points per card if you cook them, how many sticks if you sell them, and there are some extra cards. The moon cards allow you to get that night card. The frying pans you have to put down in your area so that you can start to cook your mushrooms, except everyone starts off with 1 for free. Baskets you can put down into your play area immediately, and it doesn't take your turn. And what that does is it increases your hand size. You start off with hand size of 8, which seems like a lot, but really isn't. As soon as you put a basket down, your hand size is increased by 2. So that's kind of nice.
Right, and then 2 for every basket.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter how many baskets you have.
Not at all.
You'd be greedy and take them all.
That's awesome. That's a good strategy. A frying pan, you put it down your area, which takes your turn, and then that way you can cook some mushrooms. And then there's 3 other kinds of cards. There is butter. Now, if you cook 4 or more of the same kind of mushroom, you can add a butter card to it, and it gives you an extra 3 points, because who doesn't like mushrooms cooked up in some nice yummy butter?
Right.
Right. Now, not out here, but there's another card that works the exact same way called apple cider. But you need 5 or more of the same kind of mushroom, and it gives you plus 5 points. Because apparently apple cider mushrooms...
That must be awesome.
Apparently it's
never tried it.
Amazing. And the last kind of card is this one that I got on my opening hand, which is the Destroying Angel, which is an evil mushroom.
It's a tricksy mushroom.
With death floating above it and a biohazard symbol. Like, this is just evil. And the rule book actually gives it like this really, really colorful phrase. They call it the Destroying Angel, as its name implies, is the mushroom equivalent of a fire-laced weapon of the ancients. It is fear and wrath, organically woven.
I don't want to eat that mushroom.
Yeah, it's just like, holy flavor text. So what happens when you have the Destroying Angel is, as soon as you get it, you have to discard down, like your hand size is reduced by 4. So right. If your opening hand size is 8, if you've got more than 4 cards, you're going to have to discount down to 4 because your hand limits become 4.
Right. It doesn't have anything to do with your baskets, though.
No. So I've got a basket out, you've got a basket out, so our opening hand would actually be 10. So it doesn't get reduced down to 5, it gets reduced down to 6. So it doesn't have your hand size, it just reduces it by 4.
Right.
The other thing is it stays in your system for a certain amount of time, and the more you've already eaten,
the longer it takes to come out of your system.
There you go. So if you've not cooked any mushrooms, it's going to reduce your hand size by 4 and then immediately go into the discard.
Right.
for every pan of mushrooms you have cooked, it's going to stick around for a turn. So it's evil. Mm-hmm. We don't like it. So that's the Destroying Angel. Those are all the different kinds of cards there are. We've kind of gone over how your turn works.
Yep.
So what we're going to do is we're going to keep our setup right here as we've shown you, and we're going to play a game.
Right.
Okay.
So thanks for watching the overview.
Yep.
And if you want to catch the gameplay, click on the screen.
Somewhere around here.
Thanks.